responded,
"Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave us to Jennifer."
Jen still kicking it. That's part one. And part two is, do you ever see yourself married one day?
So as far as Jenny Jen,
I love Jenny.
Absolutely, we are together, and I just appreciate her as a partner, as a woman, as an artist, as a human being. She's a special individual, and it's just, I'm just grateful for her. I thank God, and yes, we are good. Marriage is something that if I were to get married, then Jennifer is the person.
Oh, she the prototype?
She is but she's not only the prototype, she is the person.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's one of those things where I'm like always looking at my life and saying, okay, because that's a strong choice to make, And,
absolutely. And not to be taken lightly.
The other tea a little later. Yeah. What?
You not got it?
You get cut off, and you motherfuckers brought the tea.
Enjoying it. I'm not gonna put nothing extra on it. If he want to marry me, he can give me an apartment building.
Oh, okay. That would be, you don't want a ring, you want an apartment complex.
I'd give you a duplex, an eightplex or something. When the homegirls be like, "Where your ring? I thought you was engaged. Where your ring? Where your carrots? Carrots. Girl, please, I got units. Knock it off."
Do what's good for me and the lady. Right now, all I want is happiness, good times, peace on earth. We both have professions. Well, I think once Tiffany and I got back on the move, it really didn't allow for us to spend as much time and put as much energy into our relationship. I don't think the love really dispersed. I just think it was just like we weren't feeding the relationship. And as you said, neither one of us is going to stop. Like we both care about our crafts and what we do. And we care about love too and partnership. But I think, the energy that has been put into our careers and continuing to want to do the things that we do for ourselves and for the people is like, it was hard for me to balance all of that and keep the relationship.
says the work he's doing on himself will help him fulfill a lifelong dream. And you write a lot about you want to be a husband one day. You have a rather famous relationship coach.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Michelle Obama, she has definitely helped talk me through just certain moments of relationships. We had conversations and she has given me a lot of wisdom. But one great thing that she told me as I was going through this journey was that you have to understand you're not going to get anybody that's perfect because you're not perfect. So understand that there's some certain things that you will compromise in choosing that partner. But as long as the core values, the values that are most important to you, that person, marks off on that list, then you good.
She gave you some good advice there.
That's good wisdom.
She does some really good wisdom there.
Common and Jennifer Hudson's romance might be crashing harder than Tiffany Haddish patience. Because the streets are buzzing that Common has already traded Jennifer in for a new woman, and Tiffany is eating up every messy minute of it. We all know Tiffany's never forgiven him for moving on with J-Hud, but now she's serving shade with a side of, "I told you so." While rumors swirl that Common's wandering, I just exposed Jennifer to the same heartbreak he's left in his wake for years. And if the whispers are true, this love triangle is about to get a sequel nobody asked for. Word on the street is that Common's smooth talk didn't stop him from stepping out on Jennifer Hudson, and the rumor mill is grinding overtime with claims that he's already got a new woman on his arm. But before anyone could even finish saying allegedly, Tiffany Haddish was right there, front row and center, sipping her tea and serving the kind of petty grin that tells you she's been waiting for this day. If you followed this love saga from the beginning, you already know Tiffany has never been shy about throwing shade at Jennifer ever since Common left her for the Dream Goal star. And now, with whispers of cheating splashing across timelines, Tiffany's making sure the internet knows that J-Hud is finally getting a taste of the same heartbreak she once had to swallow. To her, it's not just gossip, It's deja vu, same man, same messy playbook, different leading lady. Not too long ago, Common was out here making the world believe Jennifer Hudson was the love of his life. Every interview, every red carpet moment, every photo op, he played the part of the perfect reformed boyfriend who was finally ready to settle down. He even called her the one, with that calm, poetic delivery he's famous for, like he was reciting vows on live TV. In one clip, he gushed, "Absolutely, we are together. She's a special, special individual, and I thank God for her. If I were to get married, Jennifer is the person." The man even crowned her the prototype, which had fans convinced that this was it. Common was finally off the market for good. And it wasn't just words. He leaned all the way into the husband role, smiling beside her at events, holding her hand in public, and giving interviews where he talked about building a future together. He framed himself as a man who had done the work, gone to therapy, and was ready for a lifelong commitment. He said marriage was a strong choice, not to be taken lightly, and hinted that Jennifer might be the one to make him take that leap. But here's the hypocrisy. While he was selling this dream man narrative to the public, rumors say he was allegedly running the same old play behind the scenes, smooth-talking his way into someone else's arms. Fans are now looking back at those marriage soundbites like they were bad movie lines, knowing full well that, according to insiders, he might have been juggling side romances the entire time. It's the classic Common pattern. Talk about love like it's a spiritual calling. Charm the woman, charm the audience, charm the press, and then suddenly, there's another woman in the picture and a brand new chapter starting before the last one even ended. Which makes his poetic speeches about Jennifer being the person feel less like romance and more like PR spin to keep everyone from seeing the mess coming. If you think Tiffany Haddish's reaction to these cheating rumors is just casual shade, think again. This is a woman who has been sharpening her petty for years, just waiting for the right moment to drop it. See, Tiffany didn't just move on after Common left her for Jennifer Hudson. She carried that wound in public, dropping little jabs and slick comments that fans are now realizing might have been straight-up warnings about who Common really is. The tension between Tiffany and Jennifer has been simmering ever since whispers started that Common didn't just suddenly meet Jennifer after his breakup. He might have been entertaining her while he was still with Tiffany. That rumor never got confirmed, but Tiffany's behavior after their split kept the speculation alive. In one infamous Instagram live, a fan mentioned they had given Common a pair of earrings. Without missing a beat, Tiffany snapped, "Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave those to Jennifer." The delivery? Pure venom dressed as a joke. It didn't stop there. Over the years, Tiffany sprinkled shade like confetti. In interviews, she'd talk about Common as a man who never really settles down and compared him to a bee going from flower to flower. Back when they first split, she told reporters the breakup wasn't mutual, adding, like, "You gonna be a 50-year-old single man?" Okay, fans are now rewatching those moments and realizing she wasn't just salty. She might have been hinting at a betrayal all along. And here's where it gets even messier. Tiffany has openly said their relationship was one of the happiest and safest she'd ever had, right up until Common decided it was run its course. That timing, paired with how quickly he moved on with Jennifer, made her shade hit harder. Every side eye, every smirk, every offhand comment about other women suddenly feels less like bitterness and more like a woman who's been through the same storm Jennifer might be facing right now. Now, with Common allegedly caught cheating again, Tiffany's cryptic posts and sly laughs are being read as I told you so moments. It's almost poetic. Jennifer is now standing in the same heartbreak spotlight Tiffany once stood in, and Tiffany's making sure she's close enough to watch it all unfold. To be honest, if you've been keeping track of Common's love life over the years, none of this should feel shocking. This man has a very well-documented romantic pattern, and it's the same script every time. First, he sweeps the woman off her feet with that calm, poetic charm. Then comes the whirlwind romance. Public declarations, red carpet appearances, deep, romantic interviews about how she's the one. And just when the public starts believing he's finally settling down, poof, sudden breakup, vague excuses, and before you know it, there's a brand new leading lady. Let's roll the tape. Back in the early 2000s, Common was with Erykah Badu, and for a while they were the ultimate artsy, conscious couple. He later admitted she was his first real love and his first major heartbreak, claiming she dumped him over the phone because she'd caught feelings for someone else. But Erykah has dropped hints over the years that there was more to the story, suggesting infidelity may have played a role. She once said that cheating wasn't a deal breaker for her, but she needed a partner she could trust and depend on, and made a pointed comment about men needing to chase. Then there was Taraji P. Henson. They were hot and heavy for a bit, with Taraji gushing about how sweet he was, until, out of nowhere, they called it quits. No public drama, but insiders claim Common grew emotionally distant just before the split. Sound familiar? Angela Rye was another big one. The political commentator and Common made it official in 2017, and fans thought they were headed toward marriage, especially when he openly called her an incredible woman and credited her with inspiring him. But a year later, they announced they'd broken up, citing different focus points in life. Angela later hinted in interviews that she wanted a long-term commitment, while he seemed hesitant to make that leap. And that's not even the whole list. Serena Williams, Regina Hall, even a rumored fling with Kerry Washington have all been attached to his name. The common thread? Pun intended. The man is an expert at making a relationship look rock solid from the outside, but his romantic resume is littered with short-lived love stories and women who walk away either hurt, disappointed, or, like Tiffany, openly shading him later. It's that exact cycle, charm, romance, distance, exit, that has fans shaking their heads now, saying Jennifer Hudson's heartbreak was practically written in the stars. To them, Common didn't suddenly change. He just repeated the same moves he's been making for over 2 decades. The only difference this time? The internet's got the receipts and isn't afraid to remind Jennifer that she's not the first, and probably won't be the last, to learn how quickly the one can become the ex. Before Jennifer Hudson ever got wrapped up in Common's romance saga, she had already lived through some of the heaviest personal heartbreaks anyone could imagine. Which is why, for a lot of fans, this alleged betrayal doesn't just feel like celebrity gossip. It feels personal. Let's rewind. Jennifer's most public relationship before Common was with former WWE wrestler David Otunga. They were together for nearly a decade, engaged for most of it, and even had a son, David Jr. From the outside, it seemed steady, but behind the scenes, things were rocky. In 2017, Jennifer shocked everyone by filing for a protective order against Otunga, claiming she feared for her safety. He denied the allegations, calling them false, and accusing her of using the courts to gain leverage in a custody battle. The split was messy, public, and drawn out, with lawyers and tabloids circling for years. It left Jennifer single, guarded, and, in her own words, focused on my son and my work. But her romantic struggles are only part of the story. In 2008, Jennifer endured an unimaginable tragedy when her mother, brother, and 7-year-old nephew were murdered in a horrific crime committed by her sister's estranged husband. Jennifer went into seclusion for months, grieving out of the public eye. She has spoken openly about how that loss changed her forever, how it reshaped her perspective on love, trust, and family. She's someone who's had to rebuild her life piece by piece, holding her head high despite the weight of unspeakable pain. So when Common came along, presenting himself as a safe, mature, emotionally intelligent man who valued commitment, fans were happy for her. They wanted to believe she had finally found a partner who would protect her peace, not disrupt it. Jennifer even described their bond as easy and comfortable, hinting that she felt truly safe in his presence. For a woman with her history, that wasn't just romance, it was healing. That's why these cheating allegations hit so hard. To fans, this isn't just another Hollywood fling gone wrong. It's a reminder that even someone as resilient, talented, and beloved as Jennifer Hudson can still get blindsided by love. And it stings more because she had already been through enough. People rooted for her, not just because she's a superstar, but because she's a survivor. And now, the narrative shifts from fairy tale romance to yet another heartbreak in a life already marked by too much loss. And now we get to the real plot twist, the side chick. Because let's be honest, A cheating scandal is only as juicy as the mystery woman at the center of it. And in Common's case, the internet thinks they've already cracked the code. Whispers started swirling after a few too many coincidences popped up on social media. The alleged other woman is rumored to be a 30-something model/influencer who goes by the name Kendra V, known for her sultry photo shoots, designer wardrobe, and habit of tagging herself in luxury hotel suites. She's not exactly a household name, but she's got just enough clout to mingle with celebrities, and just enough online receipts to keep Twitter detectives busy. The first red flag? Kendra posted a mirror selfie in a Chicago penthouse in June. The exact same weekend Common was spotted in Chicago for a charity basketball event. Harmless coincidence? Maybe. But then she captioned the photo, energy unmatched, with a black heart emoji, the same emoji Common has used in captions about love before. Things really heated up when a grainy fan video surfaced on TikTok, allegedly showing Common at an after-hours lounge in LA, leaning in close to a woman with long, jet black hair who looked a lot like Kendra. The video was short, just a few seconds, but enough for fans to freeze frame, zoom in, and start comparing outfits and nail colors from her Instagram that night. Spoiler, they matched. Insiders have also been whispering to gossip blogs that Common has been friendly with Kendra for months, long before the cheating rumors hit the mainstream. One anonymous source claimed they met at an industry event and hit it off instantly. She's been to his place more than once. He's smooth. He knows how to make a woman feel special, even if he's not being serious. And here's where it gets even messy. Kendra recently posted a cryptic Instagram story of a man's hand holding her thigh, captioned, "You know who you are." The hand? Light skin, gold bracelet, no tattoos, just like Common. She deleted it within an hour, but not before screenshots made their way to the Shade Room comment section, where fans went feral. Right now, neither Common nor Kendra has publicly addressed the speculation. But the clues keep stacking up, and the narrative is writing itself. Jennifer might not just be dealing with a distant boyfriend. She might be dealing with a man who's already halfway into his next whirlwind romance. Now here's where things get spicy, not just petty. Because while the internet is living for Tiffany Haddish, karma is a dish best served with a side-eye energy, some people think she might have more on her mind than just laughing from the sidelines. From the outside, Tiffany seems to be thriving post-Common. She's been hitting red carpets, landing new projects, and dropping shady one-liners that fans eat up like popcorn. Every time a new cheating headline about Common surfaces, Tiffany doesn't need to say much, just a smirk, a cryptic post, or a quick clap back, and boom, the blogs go wild. Some think she's just soaking in the satisfaction of seeing her ex trip over the same behavior she's been warning the world about. This could be her full petty circle moment. Jennifer's now where Tiffany once was, and Tiffany gets to watch the script play out from a safe distance. But here's the twist. Others think this might be more than petty. In fact, a few gossip insiders have floated the idea that Tiffany could be playing the long game. Hear me out. We've seen this celebrity cycle before. Two people break up, they throw some shade, the ex moves on, drama happens, and suddenly they're spotted having dinner together just as friends. Imagine the headlines if Tiffany and Common were to reconnect after Jennifer. It's the kind of messy plotline Hollywood loves, the comeback romance no one saw coming. And Tiffany has hinted before that she still has a soft spot for Common. Back in a 2023 interview, months after their split, she said, "I'll always care for him. I just hope he gets it together." At the time, people brushed it off as closure, but now, it almost sounds like she left the door cracked open. If she's plotting a reconciliation, it would be the ultimate mic drop. Common fumbles Jennifer, crawls back to Tiffany, and she gets to decide whether to take him back or leave him begging. And if she's not, well, then she gets to keep sipping her tea, watching the drama unfold, and reminding everyone that sometimes karma doesn't need a push. It just needs a front row audience. Either way, Tiffany's sitting pretty. She's either the queen of petty or the queen of the comeback. And with Tiffany Haddish, you can never be entirely sure which one you're getting until the last act. So now, the million-dollar question, where does Jennifer Hudson go from here? She's built a brand on resilience, elegance, and keeping her private life, well, private. But these cheating rumors have cracked that carefully polished image wide open, and the world is watching to see whether she's going to fight for her man or walk away without looking back. On one hand, Jennifer's the kind of woman who doesn't usually feed into gossip. She survives storms much bigger than this. Walking away now could send a powerful message that she refuses to be anyone's doormat, no matter how charming the man or how romantic the history. A clean break could preserve her dignity and keep her career untarnished. On the other hand, Jennifer has also shown a history of trying to hold things together when love is on the line. If Common works his magic, the grand gestures, the smooth apologies, the deep conversations about growth he's perfected over decades, could she be persuaded to give him another chance? Hollywood is full of "we broke up but found our way back" stories, and a reconciliation would certainly flip the narrative. But would fans forgive her for taking him back, or see it as a sign she's ignoring the red flags everyone else could see? And let's not forget about Tiffany Haddish. Right now, she's playing it cool, enjoying the karmic view from the sidelines. But Tiffany's next move could change everything. A well-timed shady post, a sly interview comment, or, God forbid, she's spotted in the same room as Common. That's not just tea, that's gasoline on an already burning fire. One spark from Tiffany, and this could shift from a cheating scandal to an all-out feud between two powerhouse women, both with something to prove. So the stage is set. Jennifer's at a crossroads, Common's walking a PR tightrope, and Tiffany's holding all the petty power in her hands. Will Jennifer fight for the relationship? Will she walk away? Or will Tiffany make a move that forces everyone to pick a side? Stay tuned, because in this love triangle, the next chapter could be the messiest yet.